Nobody likes to pay homeowners association or maintenance fees, but if you live in a condo, what do they get you? We'll talk about that coming up next. What's going on, friends? Nonaka here with the Buy Big Island video blog, and this week we're going to talk about homeowners association fees or maintenance fees. Kind of the same thing, related, but if you live in a condo, they're that monthly fee that you got to pay, which goes to pay for all of the common elements in a condominium. And a lot of times people don't want to buy a condo because they don't want to pay those fees, but really you should take a look closely at how you're going to use that property, what your plan is, where you're at in life, because sometimes it can make more sense to live in a condominium and pay a homeowners association fee because you don't have to worry about the things that that fee covers, as opposed to homeownership where you may not pay that monthly fee per se, but over time those costs are still going to have to be paid for. For example, every 20 years or so you're going to have to replace your roof, and that's going to be a pretty big expense. Or you're going to have to repaint the exterior of your home. It's going to be a pretty big expense. But with a condominium association, because you're paying a smaller amount monthly, those fees are collected over time, and then when those big expenses are needed to be paid for, the homeowners association pays for them, and you're not coming out of pocket some huge expense. That's not always true, because sometimes there's an assessment or something like that that ends up being unexpected that you have to pay for, but we'll leave that on the side. We're going to address specifically what a homeowners association covers in most cases, because a lot of times it does cover a lot of things that take off a separate monthly expense that you would normally have to pay for. For example, a lot of times it covers your water, so you don't have a water bill. It covers your trash service, so you don't have to worry about taking your trash. In Hawaii County, we don't have any trash service, so you actually got to take your trash to the transfer station, or you have to pay a private company to come and pick it up from your house. It covers the exterior insurance, so any type of insurance on the exterior, especially if you're on an oceanfront condo, it can cover the cost of flood insurance, which can be pretty significant. So that's part of your homeowners association fees. It covers all the exterior landscaping, right? So you don't have to pay a yard man to take care of your lawn or any of the bushes and things that are around the exterior of your condominium. It takes care of the pool service or any other type of amenities, like we're here at Holua in front of the tennis courts. And if you have a nice tennis court, some nice facilities, workout facilities, nice pools, those are all things that have to be maintained and paid for. Not only just cleaned on a daily basis, but again has to be paid for over time, because when the pool needs resurfacing, that's going to be collected through those HOA fees and paid for. So there's a lot of things that an HOA fee will pay for, and you have to kind of think about that, because if you're in a place in life where maybe it's a second home, or you're older and you don't want to deal with those things, or even if you're young and you're super busy with work and you don't have time to do yard work and worry about maintenance of the exterior, and you just want to be able to lock the door and leave and not worry about anything that goes on outside, a condominium can be a very good option for you, because it takes away all of those worries about if you leave a house unattended, you got to worry about all of the things that go on at a house where the grass is going to get overgrown, nobody's there looking after it. You know, security can be an issue because you're a house by itself. In a condominium, you got lots of people around all the time. Your neighbors are right next door. That can be a good thing or a bad thing. But those are all things you got to think about when you're thinking about where you're at in life and what your living situation needs to be. And of course, cost-wise, you can get into a condo for a lot less than a single-family house. So even if you are a young family, maybe it makes sense to get in and buy your first purchase as a condominium, as opposed to trying to save and wait to buy a home where you could be building up equity in a condo. So there's lots of things to consider when buying a condominium, and HOA fees aren't always a bad thing. Sometimes they are really crazy high because there are some issues, some maintenance issues that got to get taken care of, where they have really nice facilities. Not all of them are. There's many condos here in Kona on the Big Island where it's under $500 for your monthly maintenance fee, and you get some pretty good facilities. You get a pool, things like that. You may not have like the nice expansive tennis courts and stuff, but definitely you don't have to worry about all that exterior stuff, and that can be a big bonus sometimes. Believe me, maintaining a house can be super expensive, and you have big ticket items that come up throughout the year, and you don't have to deal with that if you're in a condominium association. So if you have questions about that, or you want specific information about the services you get at a specific condo or the cost, you can always reach out to me, Dylan at buybigisland.com, or put them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Aloha.